Hi, this is Rhonda Ferguson-Lewis, your spiritual impact coach of Winning Wednesday. And we're preparing for another edition. We're going to be talking about rejecting rejection. You know, rejection is not a sin, but how you respond to rejection can cause you to sin. As in the case of Cain. God did not reject Cain. He rejected Cain's offering. But Cain perceived that he was rejected. And in that perception has led him to commit a sin called murder. You see, when Cain's perception of himself diminished in his eyes, his mind, his thoughts, he began to think like we often do. I'm not good enough. I'm not liked as much as my brother or my sister. I'm not as important. I'm not as respected. I'm no longer as loved. I'm not good enough. I'm not creative enough. I'm not anointing enough. I'm not popular enough. I'm not gifted enough. I'm not needed. I'm not wanted. All this crazy stuff comes to your mind when you begin to see yourself as being rejected. And probably the person just rejected something you did. Listen, when identity is shaken, sin has the propensity to come in with perceived rejection. And with it, all of its kissing cousins. You know, jealousy, anger, envy, low self-esteem, self-pity, rebellion, stubbornness, and self-destructive behaviors. But when we rise above perceived rejection, we recognize that our identity is then in God and God's Word, and not in man and what man can do to us. Listen, the root of rejection is very simple. It's really all about misplaced identities. When we find out and we're confident in who we are, we won't allow rejection to define who they say or who that says we are. When we look at something and someone to identify and to tell us who we are, that's when rejection sets in. We become performance-oriented. And we become performance-oriented from a little child. We perform because we get good grades. We perform because we're good in athletics or in singing. And when someone disapproves of what we did, now how we respond to rejection has now settled in even in us as adults. Let's talk about it tomorrow. You know, St. Patrick knew Christ was his identity. And look at what he said. He said, Christ with me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on my right, Christ on my left, Christ when I sit down, Christ when I rise, Christ when I lie down, Christ in the heart of every man who thinks of me, Christ in the mouth of everyone who speaks of me, Christ in every eye that sees me, Christ in every ear that hears me, Christ all around me. When you identify with Christ, then you can reject rejection. Let's talk about it tomorrow. 567-704-4601, extension 827-956 # is your access code. We want to talk about stolen identities. Let's reject rejection. This is Rhonda. Have a great day.